My grandmother used to make this Lebanese squash and tomato recipe all summer long. It is one of my very favorites because it turns simple garden vegetables into a healthy and satisfying summer dinner. Hi, I'm Kat. Welcome to my kitchen. This recipe starts the way a lot of Lebanese vegetarian recipes start. We're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of plant-based butter to a saute pan. To that, we're going to add one medium-sized yellow onion diced up rather small. Let that saute, stirring it every now and then while we cut up our next ingredient, which is our star of the show, the squash. It's a myth that you can't cook with olive oil. The high oxidation point, meaning it really doesn't break down if you're sauteing, and it adds a really beautiful flavor to Middle Eastern dishes. The star of this show is this beautiful summer yellow crookneck squash. Dice your squash into uniform pieces as best as you can. I'm going to use 2 squash and add that to the onion while it's sauteing. The beauty of these Middle Eastern recipes is they let the flavors of the vegetables shine through. They're not drowned in salt or seasoning or sugar. They're also so healthy for you. The squash is rich in vitamin C and fiber, which is great for your heart and it helps keep you full longer. The tomato is rich in lycopene, which is also good for your skin and your eyes, and they're great for your gut as well. While the squash is sauteing, we're going to make use of these beautiful fresh grown tomatoes from the farmer's market. If you have not had a homegrown tomato, do yourself a favor, get to the farmer's market and buy some. You'll never want to eat a store-bought tomato again. Chop 1 to 2 medium tomatoes into bite-sized pieces. Make sure you remove the seeds from your tomatoes and any of the white parts or stems. Once your squash is bright yellow and soft in the center and your onions are beautifully fragrant, go ahead and add your tomatoes to the cooking squash and toss that around till it's nicely mixed. For the sauce, I'm going to dissolve 1 tablespoon of tomato paste in about 3/4 cup of hot water. Pour that over your squash and tomatoes, and we're gonna bring that to a simmer. The only spices we're gonna add is a little bit of Lebanese allspice. I'll link where you can order this if you can't get a hold of it in your local supermarket, and a little bit of salt to taste. We're gonna let that cook for another 5 to 7 minutes until the tomatoes are soft, and then I'll show you my favorite way to serve this up. The thing about a lot of these family recipes is my grandmother did not write down anything or measure anything. So it is trial and error with things like the allspice or the salt or even the amount of tomato paste. But that's the fun in cooking. You try it, you taste it, you see what you like. So a lot of times as it's cooking, I will adjust the allspice and salt levels. Another thing is there are a lot of regional variations. So sometimes my grandma would make this just with tomato paste if fresh tomatoes weren't available. If you're looking to make it more hearty or add in more protein, sometime I'll dump in just a can of chickpeas. But this is the traditional recipe the way my grandmother made it in the summer. Traditionally, this dish is served over a bed of white rice, and I like to garnish it with parsley for a little boost of flavor and beauty. If you love Middle Eastern recipes, be sure to check out my authentic Lebanese recipes that I learned to make from my grandmother. Things like tabbouleh and mujudra and hummus. In Lebanese families, we eat with pita bread and with our hands. I'm proud to say that tastes just like grandma's. If you love that recipe, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen.